In a nation where every decision shapes the future,
where power is tested and truth is questioned.
This is where the stories unfold, the facts get examined, and the narratives get challenged. No bias, no fear, just real conversations about Jamaica's future.
From the halls of power
to the voices of the people,
this
is where Jamaica gets the full story.
Jamaica Politics Uncovered,
hosted by Natalie.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys are doing well. You're having a good Easter weekend. There's no war room tonight, guys, because let me know if you can hear. There's no war room tonight because one of the ladies not feeling so well. Okay? So, because of that, let me know if you can hear, guys, so we can get started. Thank you for your patience. And I hope you guys are having a good Easter weekend. So, we have to talk about this tonight, guys. We're going to talk about the Beach Control Amendment Act, and we're going to go look at history a little bit. I'm going to show you what played out in the Senate where this is concerned, because one of the senators in there, him say must set the thing straight for make the Jamaican people them know what is what. So I am going to play that and make on hear Senator Sinclair and the PNP had that exchange in there. I'm also going to let you hear what the Prime Minister said about a year ago regarding our beaches. So there's always this back and forth, back and forth. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Moderators, welcome. Welcome, new subscribers, whole subscribers. Yes, welcome back. Good night, everybody. Guys, before I get started, let me ask Jamaican people in the diaspora something. What make gonna stay so bad about the Easter bun them? Guys, uno give me a little piece of money with there, right? Say if you go buy me Easter bun. I know say me go buy the Easter bun. Me call 2 Jamaican restaurants near where I am. And the 2 of them, the bun them sold out. Me know these people for over 15 years, guys. And them are gonna look at me and tell me, say, Bun sold out. The only reason why me not customer to me never drive go down there. So me go up online now. So if me not get in upon the ground, me have to go online. And I found a store in New York that sell Jamaican products. So me could have get one nice bun off it. So guys, thank you for the Easter bun. Me I'll get the Easter bun, but me I not just not going have Easter bun the same time. So mine will come about mid next week. No worry yourself, me eat it same way. You understand? But that is it where Easter is concerned for me. Now I was gonna ask my mother to come over here and fry some fish, but I not hear from her. What me I gonna do now? Me I gonna trick her, you know. Me I gonna make my daughter text her. Cause she will run come over here like she hear news once my daughter text her. So no worry yourself. We're gonna have a good Easter. Anyway, let us get started. Um, there's no war room tonight, as I said at the beginning, because one of the ladies she's not feeling so well. So I say, okay, no problem. You know, I'll come and talk to you guys. So yeah, I guess you could say there's war room, but I'm me alone. That's okay, right? Anyway, I want you guys to check out this little exchange in the Senate about the beach control act because the government is really trying to get this thing on the ground. They promised they would do it. Um, I don't think there was another government who ever took a serious and comprehensive step to deal with this beach control problem in the country. There's also been this little thing in a Jamaica where folks point finger at each side, right? And them say, you sell out to beach them, or you sell out to beach them. So the JLP side blame the PNP, say them sell out to beach. And the PNP side, them point back the finger at the JLP, say, and them sell out the beach. So, let me ask you now, how we really sell out the beach, them guys? We could find out. But anyway, let me play the Senate proceeding so you guys can hear what was said in there. Look at the facial expression of everybody and see what you know see. Here goes.
Mr. President, I want to touch quickly on beach access in the last few minutes that I have. Allah, here's the hypocrisy on the part of the PNP in relation to beach access. A big hypocrisy. Mr. President, if you look on the policy that has been tabled by the Honorable Prime Minister, look on the first goal, which is stated on page 35. And I want the public to understand, the Beach Control Act is an act that was implemented by a PNP government. The amendment that they made to the Beach Control Act in 1973 was done under a PNP government. This administration should take in this policy and open the discussion for greater beach access, Mr. President, that they are able to know jumper. The goal, number one, the goals of the beach access and management policy are this is establishment of effective institutional arrangements for the regulation and management of baby beach. Nothing is wrong with that. But two, increase physical access to the use and use of the foreshore, the floor of the sea, and the water column above it by all stakeholders. Not just a few, all stakeholders. All stakeholders. But here the hypocrisy that I see coming from the PNP. Mr. President, here's an advertisement which is out in the public. We are two persons who are in their lower house on the opposition bench doing a development. And part of the advertisement in that is that you will have access to a private beach. Not public access, The people who purchase the multi-million-dollar property that they are selling will have access a private beach. All right, Mr. President, Mr. President, in St. James, Rosal Beach, Damali Beach, Cornwall Beach was removed, not allowing public access by PNP administration. And in respect to Cornwall Beach, the hypocrisy of it is that Cornwall Beach was given to the people of St. James by Michael Manley and taken away under Portia Simpson Miller and the attorney who presided over it. The attorney's firm that presided over it is that of the leader of the opposition, Mr. President. Hypocrisy on the part of the PNP. And guess what? One up, take it easy. What time running out? Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, one of the members on that side, within their family, of which they are gaining a benefit from it, Mr. President, owns a beach property, but the gate to that property is closed. They operate it for commercial purpose, but the gate is closed. There is no public access to the foreshore to their property. If they want to get up and stand up and talk who it is, then they have the opportunity to do so. Mr. President, this party, this administration respects beach access. We will have more discussion on that.
Yes, guys, welcome back. So, yeah, Senator Sinclair, I say there's really no pushback on what he's saying. It's all smiles, and there's nothing funny about this. Listen to this real quick, guys.
Every Jamaican must have access to its beaches. That cannot be denied. This development will also be partnering with the TEF to ensure that there is a properly developed beach, adequate in size and service for the public in this area.
Yes, so the person who's saying they're not seeing me on camera, I'm not on camera tonight. All right? Okay. Now, just a few weeks ago at the Prime Minister's budget presentation, you all heard him talk about beach access. He didn't just talk about it. Then he has been talking about it now well over a year from what I've heard. So he has been on a mission, right, to make sure that Jamaica finally confronts and address this issue of lack of beach access. As you can see, May 24 of last year, IRFM published an article that the Prime Minister assured that government is working on beach access and freshwater policies. People have been protesting for many years for an amendment to the Beach Control Act. People have gone to courthouses, all sort of thing. All the governments that came by, they ignored it. Nobody addressed it. So now we have a government who is confronting this beach control issue. And this government is now known for having courage, for addressing issues that former prime ministers were afraid to touch, or either just didn't care about enough to touch. Okay? Guys, because for many of us, you see, the beach is not just sun and sea and scenery. to we in a Jamaica. The beaches in Jamaica is identity, culture and freedom to us. When holiday time come, the first thing we are think about is to go to a beach, right? That's what how we use our beaches. It's where we lime, where we get baptized. We see people in a baptize a beach. It's where we heal. But there's an uncomfortable truth as we're talking about this. For decades, Jamaicans have not actually had a guaranteed legal right to access most of their beaches. And that story didn't start yesterday. It did not start under Andrew Owen's administration. This story has been a problem since I lived in Jamaica. I migrated in 1999, guys. And when I migrated, because my father used to take us to the beach all the time, holiday time and stuff. By the time I left Jamaica, when we used to go a gunboat, we never got a gunboat anymore. We used to have Elsha and Portendis. Now them the two beach there alone, living in Kingston. Me know we could have go. I want to see what Mother Nature do to Elsha. I mean, I know what happened to Portendis, but Portendis was the more popular beach them time there. Every Sunday party keep over there and so, right? But outside of that, what other beaches did Jamaicans have access to? So it all started in 1956 under the colonial rule that the creation of the Beach Control Act was there to basically control how Jamaicans use their beaches, whether they're able to. And back in those time, the only set of people them we could have say really had access was like fishermen and them thing there. The law was never designed with ordinary Jamaicans in mind. It was designed to regulate, to control, and allocate beach access through license and permission. In fact, under that law, Jamaicans were never given a general right to the beach. That no one inherent rights to the foreshore unless those rights are granted under the act, right? I mean, think about it. You are born on an island surrounded by water, and the law says you don't automatically have the right to reach it. That's the foundation. Then Jamaica gains independence in 1962, but the law remains. And over time, instead of being dismantled, the act was reinforced. Like I said, over many governments, nobody really addressed it. So in 1978, regulations are added to classify beaches, public, hotel, and commercial. And what does that do? It formalizes a system where beaches can be controlled, licensed, and even restricted depending on who holds the license. Now, you tell me, people. Somebody say Fort Clarence Beach. Warm to all Fort Clarence Beach, I know. Then come 2004, a chronological order may I give you now. 2004, when the act was updated, it was not fundamentally changed. So what you have now is a modern Jamaica operating under a colonial framework. Okay? PNP was in power those time, 2004. And here's where it gets real, guys. Over the decades, governments, both administrations, like I said, have used that framework to support tourism development. Okay? Hotels expand, Resorts acquired beachfront land, license are granted. You may be looking at the screen wondering why is Peter Bunting in the lineup? Because in the early, I think in the late 90s, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. When we talk about hotels expanding and resorts acquiring beachfront lands, got to a point where the so-called Tapanaris class who find themselves in our politics, wanting to be lawmakers and pretending as if they're for the people, them end up going buy our beachfront property. Mark Golding and Peter Bunting. Want to remember Edenism tree? Yes. So when you hear them, and this is the conflict that Jamaican people must pay attention to. Okay? You cannot be in our parliament saying that you are creating policies for the people when you are doing the complete opposite, doing things that go against the people. And this is why the Jamaican people at this time, you know what, make I leave that alone. So I am doing this live to educate the Jamaican people and to get them to understand the people them who are come to UNO about beach access. You must know who is genuine and who is not genuine. Over the years, slowly and quietly, access to our beaches have disappeared. Today, access is not guaranteed. It depends on whether there's a public beach nearby, whether you can pay a fee. Okay? The last time I went to my favorite beach in Trelawney, Burwood Beach, very pretty. Government did a good job cleaning it up and making it attractive. They need to do something about the parking lot, but aside from that, very one of the best beaches in Jamaica, to be honest. You have to pay a fee when you go in there. Am I against paying a fee? Not really, because to keep the beach as nice as it is and use the facilities there, the bathroom and everything, I don't really see a problem with paying 1 500 per person for going there go use it. You understand? But I wouldn't want it to be a situation where my fellow Jamaicans go there to use the beach and they can't get in because each family member doesn't have $500. So the life is about balance, and that's why I have to look on it that way there. You understand? So nowadays it depends on three things. As I said, if you can pay a fee to go up on a beach, if there's one nearby, and if you can physically reach the coastline. Because another critical issue, even if the sea itself is public, you often cannot cross private land to get there. You understand, people? So, practically speaking, access becomes restricted. And the consequences? At one point, advocacy groups estimated that less than 1% of Jamaica's coastline is truly accessible to the public. Let that sink in, people. An island nation where most of the coastline is functionally out of the reach of its people. This is a huge injustice. Now, to be fair, I said the governments over the years, they haven't really done much. Okay, I didn't say they didn't do anything because, to be fair, they haven't really completely ignored the issue. So, different administrations, they have declared certain beaches as public recreational beaches. I mentioned the one in Burwood Beach down in Trelawney there. Um, there may be others, but I don't really know them. Okay. They have maintained state run beaches and allowed access through long-standing community use via what they call the Prescription Act. But these were patchwork solutions, guys, not a systematic fix. And this is what I am hoping that the announcement of the Andrew Holness-led government, okay, will come with a comprehensive reform and not just a patchwork thing, because this is a grave injustice. I told you guys this story before, real quickly. One of my friends, she's American. She was obsessed with Jamaica for a long time. Okay? From the 90s. I'm going to tell you about obsessed. 1 year no pass and she no go Jamaica. Obsessed as in every big dancehall event she did it. From Bogle time, Black Roses time, and the hype in a dancehall. I know so I never talk to her for a good while. And when I talk back to her couple of years ago in a COVID. And I said, do you still go to Jamaica a lot? She said, no, I stopped going. Say she got Bahamas now. Why? Because she say Bahamas people them can't use them beach, but Jamaica people them can't use them beach. That's what the woman tell me, you know. I shame like dog. What do you say to people when they say stuff like that? You understand? The core problem over the years have remained untouched. There was still no universal right to beach access in Jamaican law. And that is why the issue has been boiling over in recent years. People are getting frustrated, people are protesting, people are claiming discrimination. This no look good on the world stage. You understand me? One time I saw the British papers, they had an article published where the Jamaicans them a protest. So they want access to them beach, and I see them British people them come there come put in some discriminatory laws against Jamaicans using their beaches. Terrible, terrible. We've seen the headlines, the complaints. The beach is locked off, access blocked, pay to enter. This is not imagination, this is structural. And that pressure has now forced action, in my opinion, because even I have tagged the Prime Minister of Jamaica on Facebook last year, just before the election, asking the Prime Minister of Jamaica to please ensure that something is done about reforming or throwing out completely this Beach Control Act. So, entered in the new amendment and policy direction. That's what the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, called it. Yes, that's what he called it. New amendment and policy direction. What is the government now trying to do? First, they are acknowledging the problem. That's good. They are now talking about ensuring public access, both physical and visual, to the coastline. And that is a major shift because for the first time, the conversation is not just about, regulating beaches, but about guaranteeing access. And second, the government is pushing a policy to ensure at least one high quality beach, public beach in every parish. Okay? At least one high quality beach. And when we say high quality, I don't know when last anybody in the chat here has visited Burwood Beach. Burwood Beach should be the standard of high quality public beaches in Jamaica. Guys, Burwood Beach, I mean, I can't count how many times I've been there just on one trip. Like, just before COVID, I was in Jamaica. I spent about a month with my family down there in Chilani. And every event we keep at Burwood Beach, me go. Them did have this night beach party. It was a big thing. Some people from New York and some soundman and so. They would have a big event down there. Me and my cousin them go down there. Nice. And if I could have drive go down there every day, I must say every other day me there at Burwood Beach. One of the time I tell the man them say, look here, I don't know if you stop charge me, because every day me come here. Stop charge me. I can't use the beach. And you go down there, you can get a massage on the beach. Them have some man will come out there. and then we give you a look massage, and the facilities are nice and clean. You can buy a local juice and snacks outside. As I said, the only problem is the parking lot, but it's not that big of a deal where I can, you know, not see how good it is to have special attention paid to that beach. And the other thing is, I feel safe taking kids there because it's not it's not too rocky and not too deep. It's a very nice beach. You can look across and see all the hotels and things across the way, right? So to me, that should be the standard for what they call high quality beaches in every parish. And that matters because historically, public beaches were underfunded, poorly maintained, and limited in number. Okay? So now the idea is to expand and upgrade them, making access not just possible, but meaningful. When you carry a family, go to the beach, you're supposed to feel like one of the tourists them, Panway Beach. You're not supposed to scared for going in the water because the water rocky underneath and it have whole heap of morass and it. No. You're supposed to feel like any tourist where come on a resort in a Jamaica. The third thing is the amendment aims to review and modernize the Beach Control Act itself. And this is critical because the old model was based on licensing, control, and selective access. The new direction is supposed to move forward or move toward public rights, clear access points, balanced development. And finally, there is an effort to standardize fees and management. So Jamaicans are not arbitrarily priced out of their own beaches, right? But let's be honest, this amendment is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a correction because the real question is not just that something is written on paper, it is what is enforced on the ground. So, the other things that we must consider is, will access roads be protected? Will fences come down? Will developments be required to include public entry points? This is a major deal, you know. And that's where the real battle lies. But for decades, beach access in Jamaica has been shaped by a simple tension: public birthright versus private development. And now, finally, the country is being forced to confront it. So when you hear about this amendment, understand what it represents. It's not just policy, guys. It is Jamaica trying to reclaim something that should have been questioned in the first place, right? The right of a people to reach the sea that surrounds them. So, the boldest move that we have seen where the Beach Control Act is concerned is under this Andrew Honest-led government. For those of you who are just joining, good night. Please give this a thumbs up, guys. I'm going to replay the exchange in the Senate last Friday as they debated and spoke about the Beach Control Act. Have a listen.
Mr. President, I want to touch quickly on beach access in the last few minutes that I have. Albert, here's the hypocrisy on the part of the PNP. in relation to beach access. A big hypocrisy. Mr. President, if you look on the policy that has been tabled by the Honorable Prime Minister, look on the first goal, which is stated on page 35. And I want the public to understand, the Beach Control Act is an act that was implemented by a PNP government. The amendment that they made to the Beach Control Act in 1973 was done under a PNP government. This administration should table this policy and open the discussion for greater beach access, Mr. President, that they are able to know jumper. The goal, number one, the goals of the beach access and management policy are this is establishment of effective institutional arrangements for the regulation and management of bathing beach. Nothing is wrong with that. But two, increase physical access to the use and use of the foreshore, the floor of the sea, and the water column above it by all stakeholders. Not just a few, all stakeholders. All stakeholders. But here the hypocrisy that I see coming from the PMP. Mr. President, there's an advertisement which is out in the public. We are two persons who are in their lower house on the opposition bench doing a development. And part of the advertisement in that is that you will have access to a private beach. Not public access, The people who purchase the multi-million-dollar property that they are selling will have access to a private beach. All right. Mr. President, in St. James, Rosal Beach, Damali Beach, Cornwall Beach was removed, not allowing public access by PNP administration. And in respect to Cornwall Beach, the hypocrisy of it is that Cornwall Beach was given to the people of St. James by Michael Manley and taken away under Portia Simpson Miller and the attorney who presided over it. The attorney's firm that presided over it is that of the leader of the opposition, Mr. President. Hypocrisy on the part of the PMP. And guess what? One of take it easy. What time running out? Mr. President, one of the members on that side, within their family, of which they are gaining a benefit from it, Mr. President, owns a beach property, but the gate to that property is closed. They operate it for commercial purpose, but the gate is closed. There is no public access to the foreshore to their property. If they want to get up and stand up and talk who it is, then they have the opportunity to do so. Mr. President, this party, this administration.
Well, I will tell you who it is. He's talking about Peter Bunting and Mark Golding. Me tell you, guys, me preach like Paul and tell you before the election. Say, you see them your man not coming at the parliament and coming at the politics to deal with the issues and challenges that Jamaica faces. Okay? The things that need to fix and get us into full development state and them so. They not come about that. Them only come to secure them bag, as where them that say nowadays. Secure them bag. Money. Okay? And me alone telling you, you have members of the PNP who been a warn the country, tell the country say them a man have some conflict of interest. Forgot the name of that gentleman who is a historian. How him name again? Lord Jesus. He sent an article to the Gleaner, and said that if Mark Golding became Prime Minister, and him talk about, he reminded Jamaicans about the finance ministry and the power that a finance minister would have. Arnold Bertram, that man gone silent from them money coming in the PNP. So even though what you heard the senator saying, the JLP is not blameless for their failure to act strongly over the years and decades, right? Yes, what he's saying is true about Michael Manley giving Beach and Portia administration taking back Beach and them something there. Yes, what he's saying is true. And what he's addressing now is the hypocrisy. Because the PNP want to make it seem like, say, the JLP alone must bear the full brunt of the responsibility over the decades in Jamaica's failure to finally address and deal with the beach control issue. But enough of the blaming. Going forward, I am very much looking forward to the government of Jamaica doing what they say they're doing. And I am going to remind you guys that it didn't just start with the budget this year. The Prime Minister has been fully aware that it's time to make a bold move on beach access control in our country. And he has taken the leap. So we have to just wait and see. Now, I want to talk about something else real quick. One of our subscribers made this thing here, and I'm so, I don't know. It's so cute. I like it. But subscriber said, are the sober voice now on social media for Jamaica going forward. Okay? So, we don't toot our own on over here, but it's good to know that people acknowledge the work that we do over here, and that's good. The other thing I want to address is this. Guys, Barbados is widely considered the most tech-savvy and technologically advanced country in the Caribbean region, right? And they're frequently ranked 39 globally in the Network Readiness Index, the NRI. It consistently leads in digital infrastructure, broadband penetration, and digital skills. And by contrast, in Jamaica is actively emerging as a regional tech hub, focusing heavily on BPOs, business process outsourcing, AI, and software development, aiming to become the Silicon Island of the Caribbean, which is good, right? But you see, when we talk about Barbados and where they are, we need to also take into consideration that we need to go on the same path, right? And I encourage our Prime Minister, our government body, and especially my member of parliament, Miss Audrey Marks. She's been tasked to do all that stuff. And I encourage them to continue and press on, because remember that we in Jamaica, we're the first to launch a website in the region, guys. Remember that. first island nation to launch a website back in 1994. We can credit the PNP government for that. So we can do so much more. We can do a lot more. With the right people in place, with the right mindset, with the determination and the political will. And I hope that any government that comes after Andrew Holness's government, they will look and see the courage that this current government has and act accordingly. Because let me tell you something, any government will come after Andrew Holness, they might get booted out of office if you're not mind sharp, because this man has set the bar so high for leadership in Jamaica that nobody can come and underperform, and Jamaica people gonna tolerate that. I tell you no. Now, one of my friends sent one screen recording come give me. And me I listen to it. Me don't know if you know want to stick around a little more. Because I could log off now. Been here 46 minutes? It's a conversation what was being had over TikTok between the PNP and I think some JLP bloggers it over there too. Only know me not really use TikTok much, so anytime the subscribers them hear anything over there, then we send it come give me. Me I go make on the ear. Don't tell me in the chat if you don't want to hear the conversation and make we discuss it before me log off. Tell me in the chat, guys. Today has been a relaxing day for me, guys. I just, it's the Easter weekend and stuff. And my sleep is a little bit off. So today me just kind of relax a little bit, All right. So the man them over TikTok a discuss and I say, what happened right now with the university hospital? Tufton supposed to do something about it. And I guess the JLP them must say the opposition leader supposed to act. Right? And when me I listen to the conversation, me I say, well on there. But them are people you don't really understand. The people them we call up Tufton name, Jesus Father. Me know Tufton can't sleep in their bed at night time and he is ringing up. Because if there is corruption, wrongdoing going on at the university hospital, what the hell does Tufton have to do with that? Tufton has nothing to do with that. The university hospital, them have executives, them have human resources department, them have policies. The university hospital is supposed to can deal with its internal problems, whether it be corruption, anything that violate them policies, them supposed to can deal with it. Now, with what we hear coming out of the university hospital, we are get to realize, say, one of the executive them, the former CEO and them people there, up there, I use the hospital tax exemption, figure them friend links, and I rob the Jamaican people them how much $23.1 million of tax revenue. All right. That is corruption. We can all acknowledge that. Now, if that is so, right, and you have the head of the stream up and you are corrupt, what is supposed to happen? You have the Auditor General, and the Auditor General come bust it out. You have the Auditor General, you have the police them, you have fraud squad, you have Mocha, you have where people them name down a wharf. You have them people that they forgot what their name. The people them will make sure say things are okay coming into the country. Right? So what does Tufton have to do with that? Eh? If them are corrupt over there, If them are corrupt over there, make a police them and the auditor general do their work. What Tufton figure do? What do their work? I know that Tufton was not elected to do that. So let me just say before me play the audio. Christopher Tufton's job description. And them even said the Prime Minister must do something too. Christopher Tufton's job description is to formulate health policies, manage public health services, and direct certain welfare spending. So Tufton oversees the healthcare system regulations, emergency responses like the pandemic, COVID, which he did and did a good job at, and hospital funding to ensure quality, accessible care. That is Christopher Tufton's job description. Custom, thank you. The custom agency them down a wharf. So me I listen to them, I get to realize that they don't understand what they matter about, and this is why we have these platforms, because we have to educate the people. Chin, just like I told somebody earlier, somebody said the same thing earlier about the thing with Barbados. And I don't think the population of Barbados justifies why Jamaica is behind, where technology is concerned. But we'll talk about that another time. But thank you for your comment anyway. So let me play it and make on the ear. Hold on there, guys. Let me take off my headphone them.
Yeah, then hold on there. What you are telling me is that the Auditor General report stated that Dennis Garden used the tax exemption. Jack then. Oh, thank you very much. Jack then. Remember my statement. Jack then. No. Who is Jack the principal? No. Who There's is no the principal director? In a company. No. That's not how it works. That's not how a company works. You never operate a company yet. That's not how the company works. The company, right, have it board. The company make decisions together. No one single person can make decisions in a limited liability company. None. Again, that's through the board. Caution. Yeah. Donovan Williams did indicated with the drill. Yeah, the drill and so many more. All right. So should the PM fire Donovan Williams based on where today said with the drill scandal? Of course, he should be fired. Okay. Man, listen. I am saying, it would have been JRP. The government, the institutions should be holding these people accountable. So you guys over here, Caution, cannot be saying, oh, Rosie said this, that one said that. But PNB doing the same thing. It don't make no sense. No, you can't say No, that's the wrong there, so. In 2024, let me ask you one question. I want to ask you one question and then I'll listen to you. In 2024, right? Listen, man, you don't want to hear. In 2024, Dennis Garner was a man.
Guys, by the way, let me just say that Member of Parliament Donovan Williams, when you hear them say Donovan Williams implicated in a drill business, Donovan Williams had sued Alfred Dawes from last year before the election, May 27, over this drill allegation for defamation, right? You see, never before in the history of Jamaica have we seen so many lawsuits flying back and forth. Once you are in the business of either active political life or you are speaking about politics, it seems like you're gonna someday, if you haven't already, someday be suing somebody. And you could even be sued too. That's just the nature of it, right? Because see, even me, I find myself a fear sue people and me not do them something there. Me just come out here and talk my little opinion and me gone. But you cannot, when you have a platform and you are considered a credible person, whether you have a platform, whether you are an active politician or whatever, you have to protect your name. And some people have absolutely no regard. And while you have that, you have other people who abuse the courts, going out there putting in lawsuit against people for nothing at all. So this is a very different time. I mean, I really like it. Because now you have social media, and one man did tell me, when social media first come out on smartphone in Jamaica, one man did say to me, say, the worst thing this could happen to Jamaica. That the man tell me, The man tell me say Jamaica people, them are some very intelligent people, probably outsmart the world. But him say, you're gonna have some people who them not understand the power and the implication of social media and smartphones. And we're seeing it play out right now. I wish I could remember the man. Anyway, finish listen.
Parliament. That alligator, that whatever happened was happened when time he was outside being a member of parliament. So I'm gonna say, oh no, you are gonna tie in something with for example, it just come like a law. If a firearm law passed today, say 20 years minimum for firearm. If you hold me last week with the firearm when I 5 years, you can't charge me for the 20 years. You're too hypocritical, man. That's how law set. That happened from before the man going to parliament. So, oh no, you have the mind and the art and the audacity to come tell people now, say, him to resign from somewhere. The man take up him post, him take him out, and during his time in office, our PAC or nothing, he had not done any breaches. That happened before the Jamaica Labour Party responsibility that. Christopher Tufton is the one supposed to be managing the health system and want to skip past the real persons who get fire.
So I may try to explain to you now the job description of Christopher Tufton. Them here say Christopher Tufton is the health minister. And I feel them mind. Christopher Tufton is supposed to be in charge of the health system. But them don't know which part of the health system Christopher Tufton is in charge of. Because any wrongdoing at any hospital is either going to be dealt with internally by the hospital or going to be dealt with by the police, them and MOCA and them people there. That is when you have the head of the stream them in the hospital where commit fraud, corruption, and them heap of something there. What the hell does Christopher Tufton have to do with the man only business about policy and things like pandemic and them something there and funding to make sure so the healthcare system serve the Jamaican people them efficiently. So all they them call up people name and they don't know what them talk say. And that's why I don't like TikTok, guys. Because it's a thing where you put a smartphone in somebody's hand and they don't know anything and they go they're like they're experts. They don't even read. But they're out there calling up people name.
And go to Jack then. I'm going to talk about Mark Golden to fire Jack then. What Mark Golden can remember, Dennis Gard is an elected official. Dennis Gard is a...
Mark Golden cannot fire Dennis Gardner. That is true. But as opposition leader of the opposition who campaigned on integrity and all those things, Mark Golden supposed to have a conversation with Dennis Gardner after the fact. I'm saying talk to him already before this whole thing blow up in the parliament. Right? I'm saying talk to him already. So now that's we know for sure him name the name and company call in the parliament. Mark Golding supposed to have a conversation with him and make him know, say, watch a man, this what go on here so, it a cause problem. So, what you going to do now? You going to take a leave? Or what you going to do? The JLP was put in a similar situation with George Wright. Even though it's George Wright and domestic violence within woman, right? But the fact of the matter is George Wright became a distraction for the JLP. George Wright was not, I don't think George Wright was under any investigation. I don't think in the charge. Want to correct me in the chat there. But the JLP realized, the watcher, this a man a distraction. So they have to separate themselves from him. But here what the thing now. Leading up to the election. Did Dennis Garden fund the PNP during the election? Does the PNP owe Dennis Garden money? Because if they do, they're not in a position to say anything to him. And this is why you cannot have a political party where you're letting people and give access because of who can put in the money. And the same reason why the PNP end up with Bunting and Golden, you know, right? Because Porsche will make agreement with them. So then going to bankroll the party. This is why the PNP come down to this. Then going to bankroll the party because they make a killing off of FinSac and off of the PNP back. So, in bankrolling the party now, them think that them have full access, can do anything what they want to do. Where you hear Bunting come talk, say, when him want leadership, where you hear him come talk, say, him say nobody can chat to him because when PNP a light cut off and phone cut off and him pay the bill. So him come ball out that in the public now. If you make Jamaica people them know, say, watch ya, when them bills want pay, me pay it. So therefore, me entitled to lead this party. You can't sell out your soul. You can't sell out yourself. Guys, people have to know them things there. So I'm saying all of that to say, if it is that Dennis Garden contributed to PNP and them election and they owe him money and sitting, the only man me see contributed to them and they owe him money and they run with the man, a Norman Han. The PNP must owe Norman Han $31 million. And I must see true Norman Han already for them backside got court all now. Right? Let me leave it alone. Guys, continue listen. One little piece left.
What? You're not talking about my goal right now. Understand? No. I'm talking. Just listen to me now. If it is that we are. No, me don't want to hear that. Make we talk about Andrew Post. We will deal with him first. Stop stick bars and tell me about you understand and you agree. Cut your hand on a mark hole. No. Let us deal with Andrew. Gosh, give me a chance. And him we will talk about now. Just give me a chance, man. Let's talk about Mark Bowling. No, let's talk about Mark Bowling. We're not going on Mark Bowling. We're talking about Andrew Oles. Yeah.
Lord God, guys, me never at first me I listen to it so far, you know. Me can't listen to them no more. I don't know what kind of man them here. I don't know what kind of man them here. Lord G, how man lie down with all them here, man here? You there? No, sir. Make it no bother. Forget it, guys. Me can't bother with them. Can't listen to them. That's don't waste of time. The man they not that bright. And their argument have no substance. So, this has been the war room, guys. Me and Uni in the war room tonight. I wish the other ladies well. I told you that one of them not feeling so well. Last week, Karen and Liz go past stadium, go watch champs. I want to give a big shout out to Jamaica College and Westwood for girls, Westwood High School for girls. Guys, I mean, I was so proud. I don't know if you guys watch School Challenge Quiz. Boy, I may tell you no. Jamaica some brilliant picnic, you know. But guys, them two schools there, they came very close. If Westwood did answer two more questions right, they may not win. But I congratulate both schools, both sides of both set of students who represented their individual schools. But the truth of the matter is, you see, right now a winning season for JC. So JC win champs, and then come now, them they on a winning streak. I just that. And worse like how them win champs, them supposed to get a more confidence going into school challenge quiz. But these kids are so bright. I mean, and they're so gracious toward one another. And I was very happy that I had a chance to see it. When I was thinking about moving back to Jamaica in 2018, I was thinking about schools for my daughter. I was thinking about living on that side of Jamaica, and I thought when my daughter came around to high school, I would send her to Westwood. But COVID and all of them EPA's judgment they come, and I had to shelf that plan. And now she's graduating high school. I can't believe it's been that long. But congratulations to Jamaica College, and congratulations also to Westwood for giving JC such a challenge. Them go on good. All right, guys. So I will catch up with you now. Thank you all so much for joining, guys. Thank you for your participation. Somebody say I'm proud of Dintil. Yeah, man. Very nice. Our kids are so brilliant. Guys, if you're ever in the Manchester area and you're looking for a short-term stay, you can check out this place that I'm about to show you. The phone number is there, or you can send JPU or WhatsApp for contact. Have a good night, guys, and thank you. And please give this video a thumbs up.
Welcome to Hazelwood, nestled on 1 1/3 acres of land in Ingleside, Mandeville, Manchester. Let's tour this fully furnished 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom cottage. Here every corner exudes warmth and elegance. Spacious rooms bathed in natural light, wooden floors and a functioning fireplace all come together for that perfect blend of comfort and tranquility. Hazelwood is equipped with all the conveniences you need, including hot and cold water, internet access, and fans in every room for your comfort. Come and enjoy the seamless indoor-outdoor living space, secure and fruitful grounds, ideal for family gatherings or simply unwinding in the cool Mandeville breeze. Hazelwood offers the perfect oasis just minutes away from major shopping areas. Hazelwood, your zen in the heart of Mandeville. WhatsApp message or call us at 954-861-8146 and book your minimum 1-week stay and experience the magic of Hazelwood.
In a nation where every decision shapes the future,
Where power is tested and truth is questioned.
this is where the stories unfold, the facts get examined, and the narratives get challenged. No bias, no fear, just real conversations about Jamaica's future.
From the halls of power,
To the voices of the people,
this
is where Jamaica gets the full story.
Jamaica politics uncovered.
Host